Hello folks, my name is Adriano Sella, I'm a software engineer at Border0. In today's demo, we'll be showcasing our latest feature, directory service integrations. So what are directory services, you may ask? These are third-party services such as Okta, Google, Microsoft Entra ID, and others, which organizations typically use to manage their workforce. Integrating your company's directory service with your Border0 organization means that provisioning and deprovisioning users becomes much easier, especially if you're in a large organization with hundreds of users and hundreds of services. Let's take a look at how it works. On the left side panel, you will now see this Team tab. This is where you can manage users and groups so that you can later reference them in your Border0 access policies. What we're really interested in today, though, is directory services. So let's take a look at that. As you can see, I don't have any directory services in my organization just yet. In this demo, we'll be integrating a Google directory with a Border0 organization. It's super easy. All we do is click on the Add Directory Service button, then choose the Google option. We give our new directory service a name. I'll call it Google DS, and we click Sign In. From here, we are redirected to a Google consent page, where we get to inspect what kind of access Border0 will have in our Google environment. Once we give consent, the integration is completed, and the first synchronization is triggered. And there we go. That was easy. Looks like Border0 already imported users, and it's importing groups. And now it's done. For the purpose of this demo, I only want to import a couple of users and a couple of groups. That's no problem. We can make use of Border0 Selective Imports feature to define exactly which users and which groups we want Border0 to synchronize. And there we go. Very quickly, Border0 has already synchronized only the 2 users and the 2 groups that we've selected. And we can see that it last synced at less than a minute ago, and it will sync again next automatically in 14 minutes from now. And if you ever find yourself in the need to synchronize immediately, you can always hit the Synchronize Now button, which will trigger a job immediately. Okay, so now I have my 2 imported users, Adriano and Andre, and my 2 imported groups, Demo and Reinvent. Let's make use of a group and a policy in order to show you access controls in action. Take a look at this policy over here called Kali Access. It grants access to the user pentesters at Border0.com to 2 services or sockets, Kali SSH and Kali VNC. My user is Adriano at Border0.com, so I shouldn't have access to these services. If I navigate over to the client portal, I should not be able to connect or even see these sockets, and indeed that is the case. Let's go back to the admin portal. So note how now policies have a new section, Allowed Groups. This is where we're able to make use of the groups that we imported earlier. Let's go ahead and add a group demo, which I know I am part of, to this policy and hit save. I should now be able to see these sockets. There we go. Now, to showcase how Border0 continuously evaluates policies for every ongoing session, I will remove myself from that group in Google and then synchronize the directory service in Border0. That should kick me out of this session. So I'll go ahead and remove user Adriano. We'll synchronize the directory service in Border0 only so that we don't have to wait until the next synchronization. So we could either wait 14 minutes or just hit Synchronize Now. And that should have already kicked me out of this session. There we go. SSH session terminated. And if we go back to our client portal and refresh, I can no longer see anything. For fun, let's do the opposite. Let's add myself to that group. So back in Google, group demo, add members, Adriano. Let's go back to our Border0 portal, synchronize now. And if I refresh the page, there are my services again. Great. So, just to recap, we integrated our favorite directory service, in our case Google, with Border0 to periodically fetch users and groups. We added one of our imported groups to a policy that granted the members of the group access to 2 services that had that policy attached. And we demonstrated how policy evaluation works not only for new sessions, but also for ongoing ones. So wait no more, head over to Border0.com and join today. We offer a very generous free tier. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.